Okay, looks like we're back in business. Looks like we're back in business. We got video editing and history class. You there, Mr. Stevens?
You bet your sweet baby I am.
All right, buddy. Um, we have the history class. Now, I'm probably going to ask you a question, buddy, and if you don't want to do any comment on it, that's fine. Just because we're under the new administration, and I know that sometimes we've had conversations about, what's going on in the world of politics and the world of history, because that's all going to be written down in the history books. So, would you like to discuss a little bit about what's going on about the deportation, or no comment because it hurts a lot, or what's your
I
thoughts on
mean,
it?
I'm pretty open about this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I have some pretty strong opinions about it. So, I'll answer anything you put in my way.
Okay. All right. So once again, one of the many things that's going on here, and if we look it up, we can Google up what is the deportation is no longer an optional. Here's the thing: will the new administration deport all the 11 illegal aliens? All right. I'm gonna go ahead and pose that to Professor ChatGPT, and then we can go ahead and run off of that. So we're gonna come up here and we're gonna ask the same question right here. Okay, so I'm gonna come over to here and let's see if um, if we agree or disagree on this. Let's see. We have will the new administration be able to deport all 11 million uh, uh, illegal aliens. Okay. And this is what it says. The question on whether the new administration can deport all 11 million undocumented immigrants in the U.S. is complex and depends on various factors, including legal, logistical, political, and social considerations. So that's the first question before we read the next part. What do you think? You think it's actually possible, Stevens, or not?
Uh, my real answer,
Yes,
and
sir.
I'm thinking realistically, no.
Mm-hmm. And why is that?
11 million people. Think of the U.S. The U.S. We have a population. I think the last time I checked was over 300 million, and 11 million is quite small in comparison to that, but that's still a lot of people, and they're also branched out in like all 50 states. So to realistically say that they'll catch all of them, I just don't see. I personally just don't see how that realistically could happen because even with the amount of ICE officers that there are, and plus, people are going to run.
Right. I kind of agree with you also on this one. In that, but the key word right here that the Professor GT is alluding to is legal and logistical. That's what you're talking about. Logistical. Do we have the manpower? Do we be able to do that? Yes or no? Uh, Political, social considerations. All right. Um, then it says on the next one, first, deporting all 11 would be a monumental task. The U.S. would need vast resources to locate, process, and remove individuals, which would involve an unprecedented expansion of border enforcement, immigration, courts, detention facilities, and cooperation between local and federal agencies, and logistical challenges alone are enormous. Okay? Then he's talking about politically, deporting all undocumented immigrants would be extremely divisive. Many in the U.S. view undocumented immigrants as an integral part of the economy, and particularly in the sections of agriculture, construction, and services. All right. There's also a strong push for comprehensive immigration reform, including the pathways to legal status for undocumented individuals who live in the U.S. for years and integrated into the communities and contributed to the economy. This is where I'm really hoping that they key up on the people that have been here for a while and they've tried to work on their legal status. I mean, and they've been putting into the what do you call it, the income tax and paying taxes and doing what they were supposed to do. I just don't see why they cannot work with those people. Okay? I mean, the other ones, yes, man, the other ones are, a lot of people are, and it's not only Hispanics, it's all races, man, that they come in here with the intent of doing something bad.
That's it right there. People don't seem to understand that. I don't know what that's about. It's not just Mexicans.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally any undocumented immigrant.
That
Doesn't
is correct.
matter your race.
Exactly, and that's those are the things that we need to watch out for. We need to go and keep our eyes open or our ears open and all that for whenever we have an opportunity to put in our 2 cents, we can go and discuss that. So, tell me what you think about this idea. One brother of mine, from church said this one time, okay? So you have all these people coming from all over the place, okay? So let's just talk about the Mexicans right here next to us, right here, Mexico, right? Why not say what President Trump said about Canada, okay? This is what he said. He said, okay, so we're helping Canada with 250, I don't know, million or $1 billion, and they're paying all that to Canada. So we're not gonna pay it anymore, and Canada's gonna get mad. So now, well, why don't would you become the 51st or 52nd state? I don't even know how many states do we have. Do we have 50 or 51?
50.
Okay, so that would be the 51. Okay, so of course there's
A
gonna
lot of people do not want that.
yeah, a lot of people say no, right? But yet they're trying to take the funds. Now turn it over to the Mexico. What if Trump would say this? Okay, listen, we're not gonna send all these people here back, but we want to make you the 51st state. Want to make. Hold on just a second. Let me see who's at the door real quick. Hold on, buddy. Let's see who is this. Hey, buddy, what's all that fuss, man? Are you from the FBI or what, man? I mean, you scared me, man. I thought it was a bust or something. Hey, listen, I'm in the middle of a meeting, buddy. You got a card or something?
Man, sir, I would have to set an appointment. We're power home remodeling.
Yeah, you talking about solar panels again?
No. We're window replacements and roofing replacements. So we're giving out free estimates to all the neighbors.
Yeah, let's go and meet, man. But another time, not right now. Let's go and do it.
When would be a good time, sir?
Let's go and do it on Thursday around 7 p.m. Thursday, 7 p.m.
Okay, yeah.
Okay? I'm gonna be waiting for you. Okay?
Thank
All
you,
right.
sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have a good one. Okay. Okay. Did you hear that, buddy, or no?
I sure did.
This guy was knocking like about to break the door down, man. I said, okay, man, they're about to deport me. All right, so let's go ahead and get going here. All right, so that's what I was hoping. Okay, so what do you think about that? What if we make Mexico the 51st state?
Well, I mean,
And then say this to the president over there. It says, whoever, have everybody sign up that say they don't want to be the 51st state. But, all of Mexico votes on it. What do you think they would vote? Yes or no?
trying to think about this from a logical standpoint, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if the U.S. allows like Mexico in as a state, um, that means that now Mexico follows the laws of the U.S., right?
Yes, sir.
Now they follow our Constitution, which means that Mexico might be better like economically and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but there could be downsides. For one, um, there's a lot of cartel in Mexico. I don't usually like to talk about that,
Uh-huh.
but there is a lot. And when you factor that in, if you have them, now they're technically in the U.S. if they become a state. Well, now we have to go chase them, and
Uh-huh.
we gotta put them in prison. But the Mexican authorities have been trying to do that for years. The cartel is massive,
Uh-huh.
so it'll definitely be a feat if they manage to do it. But as of right now, I don't think right now with the way Mexico is right now, I don't know if that would be the most wise idea for it to become a state.
Mm.
But I don't completely rule it out.
I agree with you, buddy. But I want to take it a little step further. I don't think it will ever happen because of the corruption, and they're not gonna allow, the let's assume how strong the cartels are. I don't think they're gonna allow for anybody to go in there and take over them. Now, if you leave it up to the regular people, man, they're suffering like crazy, and they've been suffering for ages because of that. But because they're shut down, and it seems like corruption is all over the place. I mean, there's corruption everywhere, but there's some corruption more obvious in other states. And that would solve a little bit of the problem right there. Okay, so you guys that are here, don't go back. And then let's go ahead and fix the problems in Mexico and all that. And I know it can be solved because they're treating now them, the cartels, as a terrorist group. So now they're about to go ahead and really take more action against them. But that's just a thought. I always thought that would be that. I wish Mexico would get that option and vote on it, and they can vote on it every year. But they're not going to say yes just simply because other people will not do it. And then, of course, you get to think, okay, so all the culture and everything that's beautiful about Mexico is going to go away. No, we actually still have it here. You know what is that? We celebrate Cinco de Mayo here. We celebrate 16 de Septiembre here, and we're not even in Mexico. And we do all those Mexican, what do you call it, holidays over here, Dia de los Muertos over here. So it's not like we're gonna go and just trash the culture of Mexico away. No, it's probably gonna be stronger now because it's in the actual nice place, and eventually we, the U.S., can actually make Mexico flourish more because now we can actually freely go over there and visit without any being scared because now we know that we're protected. But I mean, that's just a wishful thinking that I wish we could think about it and do something about it. But I don't think that's ever going to happen. Okay,
Probably
Mister.
not.
Yeah, but that's something that we could. This is a conversation that we could have in a history class talking about that. Okay, let's go ahead and turn it over to you, buddy. You got your video editing. Go ahead and take it away, sir.
All right, let's do it. Let me go ahead and close this, open this. We're gonna talk about a video method today.
Vamos a hablar de un método de video hoy.
We're gonna talk about video stabilization.
Vamos a hablar del video de estabilización de video.
Now, once again, what is that?
Ahora, ¿qué es eso? Vamos a ver qué es lo que significa eso.
Well, let's look at the definition of stabilization.
Vamos a ver la definición cuando algo está estable.
A noun, the process of being or the process of making something physically more secure or stable.
El proceso de hacer algo más seguro y estable.
So think about it from like maybe a construction standpoint, right? When you make a building, it has structural stabilization.
Cuando usted mira un edificio, está estable porque por el fundamento.
In video editing, it essentially means that the video is pretty still, pretty steady.
En video, en realidad, nomás se habla de que esté estable el video.
However, sometimes you film things and it comes out a little shaky.
Hay veces que uno filmea cosas y no se mira que está muy estable.
This is an example right here.
Este es un ejemplo que tenemos aquí.
So we can play this video and you can see how pretty shaky it is.
Y se fija que cómo está brincando el video.
And, I think this is a guy on a snowmobile.
Este es un hombre
Just
que va
going
en un
around.
snowmobile.
Now, how would you go about fixing that?
¿Cómo haría usted para componer este video?
Well, ordinarily, people would just do the shot again, but what if you're in a situation where you can't?
Pero mucha gente lo filmara otra vez, pero que si no puede.
This is where we can use the power of AI for good.
Y este es el poder que podemos usar de la inteligencia artificial para hacer esto.
I'm going to introduce you to a new website.
Vamos a introducirnos a una website nueva.
This is stabilizo.com.
Este se llama stabilizo.com.
Or Stabilizo, I don't know how to pronounce it.
Stabilizo. Yes, Stabilizo, that's it.
All right, so what this is that it is an AI that can take your video and make it less shaky.
Esto puede tomar su video y hacerlo que no brinque tanto.
And down here, they actually provide examples.
Y acá abajo tienen ejemplos.
So we're going to look at both of these.
Vamos a ver los
So-
dos de estos.
See how shaky that is right there?
¿Se fija cómo está brincando mucho?
And now we can look at the stabilized one, and you can see that it's a lot less shaky than it was.
Y se fija que no brinca mucho.
So let's look at this one. You can see that there's quite a bit of shake in that one.
Y se fija cómo está brincando ahí arriba, en el de arriba.
But then we can look at this one, and you can see that this one is a lot more stable.
Y este está más estable.
Now, of course, AI is not perfect, and it might not fully make it stable.
Y por supuesto no es perfecto la inteligencia,
But with my experience with this website, it actually does a pretty good job.
pero con esto tiene un trabajo muy bueno.
So we're going to click this upload, we're going to click this browse thing right here.
Le vamos a picar a este que está aquí.
I'm going to click the video right here.
Le voy a picar al video
Open.
y lo va a abrir.
And then I'm going to click upload video.
Y luego le voy a picar aquí upload video.
And now it's going to take that video and it is going to stabilize it.
Ahora lo va a estabilizar.
Now, there are a lot of websites that can do this, but I find that this one is one of the better ones.
Hay muchos websites que hacen esto, pero esta es la mejor que he encontrado.
So this is our file. We can go ahead and press it and download it.
Ahora la dejamos y la bajamos.
And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up I'm going to open up a video editor,
Ahora voy a abrir el
And-
editor de video
and we're going to put them in.
y los vamos a poner aquí
We're going to see how they did.
y vamos a ver cómo trabajaron.
So let me do this really quick.
Voy a hacer un poquito rápido esto.
And go.
Y aquí está.
So we're going to open a new project.
Vamos a abrir un proyecto nuevo
And then I'm going to drag both videos in at the same time.
y los voy a arrastrar los dos y ponerlos al mismo tiempo.
So select them both, drag them both in here.
Y luego los ponemos aquí mero.
So they're both getting uploaded, you can see.
Y aquí están los dos, están subiéndose para arriba.
And while they're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and just drag them both in.
Y los voy a arrastrar para acá, para abajo.
Let's find out which one is. I'm going to split screen them. Now, you remember when we talked about split screen?
Acuérdate cuando hablamos de las pantallas que estaban separadas.
I'm going to use that here.
Vamos a usar esto aquí.
So I'll go with 350.
Vamos a hacer 350.
Do done. And we'll do this one. We'll do 350 over here. Or we can do 320. That'll be fine too. In the middle as much as we can. And it's a little off. $25. Now, I'll just leave it like this.
Lo vamos a dejar así.
Well, I think it's better this way. There's a split so you can see what video is which.
Aquí puede ver cuál video es cuál.
So let's watch them both and see if there's any difference. There's actually quite a bit of difference there.
Aquí puedo
see
ver la
that?
diferencia.
Look at it more slowly, frame by frame.
Fíjese
You can see-
más despacio.
Whoops. You can see that the one here on the right, this one here, is a lot more stable.
Se fija que el de la derecha está más estable.
So let's look at both of them. Let's look at this one. You can see how shaky that is right there.
Se fija cómo brinca mucho este que está aquí.
And then now let's look at this one.
Ahora fíjese
You can-
este que está acá.
You can see that now this one is a lot more stable than the first.
Y se fija que este está más estable que el primero.
This one
Y aquí tenemos este.
and this one. And then both of them together.
Ahora los dos mismos juntos.
Pretty good.
Así podemos ver que lo hizo el trabajo bien.
So if you can find a video or if you have a video that is shaky, give this website a try.
Si tiene usted un video que se mueve mucho el video, trate este sitio y va a ver que le va a ayudar.
And then you can take that video and put it on your website.
Y puede agarrar ese video y ponerlo en su website.
So you can see I fixed it up a little bit right there. You can see the difference now, Rhea.
Y se fija que lo compuse un poquito mejor.
It's actually it's a very nice difference.
Y vemos aquí la diferencia que se mira muy bien.
Yeah. So, you can even go out and just make a shaky video right now.
puede hacer usted un video que se mueve mucho.
But yeah, give it a try and be sure to upload it to your website.
Y luego súbalo a su website.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect that to come out as good as it did.
No creía yo que iba a salir tan bueno así como lo miremos.
But AI can be very magical.
Pero AI puede ser muy mágico.
And there you go.
Y aquí lo tenemos. Okie dokie, buddy. Looks like we're coming to the end of the road. We got one more to go. And then we'll be done. So thank you so much for that lesson, man. SkiLLS, right? .com. I'm going to play with that one
SkiLLS.
real quick and see what it does. And ustedes también trabajen con ese sitio. Así como dijo Stevens.
I'm gonna make an important like website thing, and I'm gonna post all the links up there to the websites that we use.
Are you gonna redo what I just did, buddy? You should have done it first, man, because I was about to go ahead and put it up there already. Hey, you know what? Put a bunch of them that you look for, okay? Because I know that you come up with a bunch of them, but I don't see you put them up there. But now that you're gonna do that, make sure you do it all the time, so that way I don't have to repeat what you're gonna do. But since you're gonna do it, then make sure you do it. Otherwise, I'll go in there and do it myself.
Yeah, okay, I got it. I can do it.
Okay, well, make sure you do it, buddy. Okay, man. Well, we'll see you at the last one, okay?
Gotcha.
All
Let's
right.
do it.
See you guys later.